Welcome back to the channel.
Well, this isn't my channel. Everyone's been asking for Joe to start a channel. Here we are.
And here we are. Joe's finally starting a channel.
Joe, where'd you build this car?
In my garage. No, yeah, so like I get a lot of messages about starting a channel, and I guess here we are. Like, I've had a channel forever. I don't upload on it.
Just trolling.
But I guess I decided I don't have enough to do. I'm bored. So I'm going to start a channel. I have no cars to work on. Dave's car's done. Aaron's car's done. My car's done. Let's just go racing, and I'm going to start a channel. So here I am, starting a channel. But no, I just did an Instagram Q&A, and tons of people asked, like, I mean, when are you starting a channel? Like, you know, where's your channel? I want to watch all of what you do. So here I am. I'm starting a channel, and it's going to be more informative because I get tons of questions every day about fab work or building a car like this or tuning or suspension setup. And like, I do it all. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get help from a lot of people. I have a lot of people in my corner that are way smarter than me and help me out. But I do it all. Like, I adjust the suspension at the track. I tune it at the track. Like, I do everything. I built the car from the ground up in this 2-car garage. So that's going to be the channel. I think I need to build another car. Don't tell my wife. So I guess we'll just start and go over the car real quick, and then, you know, I'll answer some, you know, just typical, you know, questions. I just did a Q&A, so I'll answer some of them. I had tons of questions, and I'll, you know, the most popular ones I'll kind of go over in this video to get things going, and then I got tons of projects, so I'll be taking you along for the ride here in the next couple weeks.
Years, yeah,
probably. So my most pride and joy, my car first. Is the wiring. Like, I just can't show that enough. And I mean, this isn't original. Like, I wasn't the first person to put a bunch of electronics on carbon in the doors, but this is the first time I wired a car from scratch, so I'm pretty proud of it. Like, I have no formal training in wiring a car. This is just, you know, I looked at a bunch of setups and then I, you know, started wiring, and this is what I came up with. If I did it again, I'm sure I could do it a lot better. But yeah, it's just like research and tons of time, and here we are. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it took me 3-4 weeks to wire this car.
No big deal.
Like, yeah, and I mean, I have an 8 to 5 job. I work in IT. So I have a normal 8 to 5 job. Whoa.
You almost said the R word.
But I've been working on an R car, but street cars will, it's just a side hobby for me. I just do it in the evenings and the weekends when I can, and I try to put as many hours as I can into it. I'm pretty devoted, I'm pretty motivated. I try to work as hard as I can. But yeah, I mean, best case, I get 30, maybe 40 hours a week to work on my cars. So, you know, 3-4 weeks is, you know, yeah, I probably have 100 hours in completely wiring this car. Seems like a lot. It probably is. If I did again, I'm sure I could do it quicker, but I learned a lot. This car has 16 injectors, so that was a learning experience. And then I added every sensor I could think of, you know, on this car, you know, shock sensors and pressures, coolant pressures, and just all sorts of great stuff. And it's also, I mean, it's a street car, so it's got radiator fans, transcooler fans. I monitor everything on the transmission, both pressures and temperature and all that good stuff. Your typical street car wiring shenanigans. But yeah, I mean, it's got Holley Dominator on it, 16 injectors. That's a Leash street strip board. I get that question 1,000 times a day, it seems like. Leash Electronics makes those. Great guy. I've used his products in several builds now. He makes little relay boards for just 1 or 2 things, or he makes these street strip boards that control your headlights, your turn signals. I mean, this powers up my injectors, my smart coils, the fans, the water pump. I mean, it controls everything. And it's really good. And then I got a Billet Automotive button switch panel up there. Maybe we'll flash it on the screen. It's pretty, I love their switch panels. But yeah, so I mean, there's wiring, I guess. We could talk about the motor a little bit. Let me take the hood off. Hold on, cut.
Oh, where's the hinge?
Oh. Yeah, motor. So it's a stock block LS. I get that question a million times as well. It is an LS and a Ford. Go ahead and crucify me in the comments. I'm ready for it. But I did an LS because I wanted to go fast, and small block Fords are just stuck back in the 90s, man. Like, it's true. So anyway, but it's a stock block, and there's no lie. Like the stock block record for a small block Ford is like a 490. So I'm a wee bit faster than a 490. But anyway, so yeah, it's a stock block LS 5.3 aluminum motor. It is aluminum, and it's a 5.3. Like, it's got nice internals in it. I mean, it's all forged, fancy stuff. It's got Brodix BR1 heads on it. Scoggin Dickey out of Lubbock, Texas did the assembly on it, and Aaron there helped me pick all the parts and figure everything out that we're doing on it. Holley high ram, 16 injectors. Like I said, it's 16 Bosch 210s. Like, it's nothing fancy. They're not super high dollar injectors, but they work. I'm nowhere near injector duty cycle, making tons of power. And then it's got, yeah, a Jose turbo on it. Big guy, little guy. I mean, whatever you want to call it, guy. It's, yeah, it makes some power. But yeah, Jose turbo. I've had Jose turbos on several of my cars. They're awesome. Love them. But yeah, I did all the fab work on it. So, you know, I started off with some headers. I chopped them off, and, you know, I welded everything up myself. Did the up pipe, the wastegates, everything. The turbo mount, which maybe we get some B-roll of all that in there, but the mount for the turbo, and then cold side, mounting everything, down pipe. I mean, I did everything on this. And actually, sad story, if you haven't been following this car build, it was actually wrecked. I wrecked it, I don't know, a few months ago. And it, you know, I mean, just destroyed the whole front end. But I built the tube front end, which I'll go over a lot of this in future videos. Like, I never built a tube front end. I didn't know what I was doing. But sure enough, like, I tried, and like, I think the front end looks pretty awesome. Like, as you saw earlier, power windows are a necessity in your street car. But no, so like, I'm a fan of carbon. As you can see, I love everything carbon. Not only because it's lightweight, but I just love the way it looks, man. So I mount all the electronics on the carbon, but I actually did carbon seats as well. They look like Kirkies. Everyone asked me about these seats. They're from Unlimited Products. Their website's like UP22 or something like that. Unlimited Products, they're really not that expensive. 400-ish a seat or so. Like, it's really not that much more than if you were to buy a Kirky with a cover. And they're quite a bit lighter than a Kirky and a cover. And I hate to say it, but I crashed a car with this seat. Seat looks great, no cracks. It survived. I was strapped in good. So yeah, so carbon seats, everyone always asks me that. And then the door panels, everyone asks me about the door panels too, so might as well just get that out of the way. High Performance Motorsports. He sells these door panels. I forget the guy's name. But he sells these door panels, carbon. They're molded. They're really nice. They're really light. They look good. Great door panels as well. But yeah, and the rest is just, I mean, yeah, carbon everywhere. I love carbon. Who doesn't love carbon? Like, I'd love to do carbon roof, but I'll stick with that factory roof. Knock on that fender too, it's factory too. Dude, don't get fingerprints on it. Heavy door, sorry. Sorry. So another thing we want to talk about real quick is rear radiator. I get that question a lot. So it has a huge AFCO radiator. We're going to put up some pictures of the setup. I built it all. I mean, it's pretty standard, but I took the pretty much the biggest radiator I could find. I think it's 26 by 16. It's an AFCO radiator, a double pass radiator. And I mounted it back here, built some aluminum brackets at a pretty good angle so it gets good airflow. Got 2 huge fans on it, but it allows me, even though the car's on methanol, I can really go lean with the methanol for cruising because the cooling system's so good on it. And I can cruise and get good gas mileage, which you wouldn't think methanol good gas mileage, but I actually get pretty decent gas mileage cruising around. But everyone always asks me about the rear radiator setup. It's got Davy Craig pump on the top of the radiator, and 16 AN lines up to the front. It's got a little, you know, swirl overflow tank back here as well in the trunk. And yeah, I mean, it works great. It's been probably one of the best decisions I did on the car, minus the weight. The weight is a struggle. It's a lot of weight on the rear of a car. And I really struggle with the aluminum motor and the rear radiator. I'm never happy with the weight percentage, but it works really good. I've gone crazy fast to the 60 foot, and like, no, I'm not hanging a ton of weight. I got Sand Huff shocks all the way around it, and those things are killer. Like, it's amazing how much power I can put down and how fast the 60 foot I can go. And I'm super light on the front, and it doesn't really have wheelie problems. This car's been a pretty good one on wheelie issues, so I'm fortunate for sure. Unfortunately, it is a no-time car, so I'm not going to be talking about the time. It sucks. It's fast. Like, for a stock block setup, it's quick, especially for a street car. It's a heavy street car, power windows, radiator, all steel. Like, it's a heavy car. And it's quick. It's impressive. Like, I mean, you'll be able to tell from the videos. Like, it gets down. I'm looking forward to it. I finally got it dialed in. Last year, you know, with Corona, all the races were canceled. I was having, you know, it was a new build last year. I was having tons of issues, and then I wrecked it, and I got it rebuilt. But since I've got it rebuilt, I've been out several times testing, and it's setting personal best every time, 60 foot and, you know, 8th mile times. Like, it's just, it's flying. I'm ready for this year. Gonna try to get some weight out of it. We're getting ready for their flashlight shootout. I guess I'm already advertising your stuff here, Dave. Sorry, but. February 27th is my first race this year. I may get out and test one more time, but that'll be my first actual race. It's at XRP in Dallas, Texas. If anyone's familiar with it, get down there. It's going to be a great event. They had it last year, same weekend. It was awesome. I wasn't able to race. I didn't have my car done, but this year, car's ready. I'm just going to put it on a diet, try to get as light as possible, do some upgrades, and I'm going to be there for the Outlaw Street money for sure. Follow me on Instagram, Streetcar Joe. I'm going to be doing a bunch more videos here. I'm going to try, if Dave comes over and records for me, maybe we'll get some done. But I plan on doing more information. Hey, granted, I'm going to take y'all along when we go racing, maybe do some, you know, behind the scenes, like when we're headed to a race, like what we talk about and our strategies and tune-ups and stuff like that. I'll be pretty transparent on that stuff. But I plan to do more informative videos. Like, I do tons of work out of this 2-car garage, like, and I feel like I build pretty cool cars. I always get people asking me, like, how you doing this out of a garage? Like, and I'm self-taught. I have no training. I haven't been welding since I was a kid. Like, I bought this welder a couple years ago, and like, I do with what I got, and I want to share that information with everyone. Like, I think anyone can do this. Like, just a basic 2-car garage with some hand tools, and I make it work. So I hope to be posting a lot more of that stuff. Hopefully you guys find this information, you know, useful and like it, and aren't I supposed to say, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I don't even know the lingo, right?
That's
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, perfect. And come back for more content. Like, I can't wait.